Hello. So aside from me losing all of my footage, cutting another massive hole, stripping a bunch of bolts, pretty much losing my mind, or so it felt like, um, we ended up doing all of the insulation. We put down the subfloor. We finished the flooring pretty much, and installed a swivel seat. So seems like some progress has been made. Let's go check it out. This has been 2 days in the making, this particular project right here. 2 days. And the reason why is because on the first day when I tried to do this, I ended up stripping the original bolts. I was looking at some instructions on how to do this prior to starting installing my Scopema swivel seats. And what I read was that basically these bolts here, they don't all line up. And so what I've seen people do in some of the other videos is use their jack, their car jack, to basically put it at an angle and compress on either side of it the box, like this particular box. So you put the jack there, and then as it spreads out, it basically puts pressure on these 2 points, and then it kind of expands, right? I tried that. Nothing has worked. I am 2 days in. I got super frustrated today to the point that I just said, you know what? We are just gonna basically drill these holes to be like maybe 1/8 of an inch bigger. I'm not even gonna attempt this driver's side yet. I have had enough with the swivel. I just wanna get this mounted, and then I'm gonna start on the floor back here because I gotta start getting some of this stuff complete. So today is just me. Yesterday was just me. This week has just been me. Vlad's got other projects he's got to work on, so we really are doing this solo. My dad's on vacation for the next month and a half. So it's just us, just me and you. Well, mostly just me talking to you. So thanks for following along. There's gonna be a lot to see in this upcoming video. Let's keep working away. So that's how you install the Scopema seats. It's pretty easy. I was a little bit defeated though, but nevertheless, it works good. Seats back into place now. The moment of truth is whether or not we want to start on the other side. And I think we're not gonna do that today. Instead, I'm going to scribe the van. I'm gonna scribe the floor, and we're gonna work on getting that put into place. We'll go from there. Cool. That was the Scopema swivel seats.
Everything's gonna be alright.
So, as you can see, I finally have a third of a floor. I'm not a master builder, like I said, so I have to like really think through my steps. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Running out of battery here, so let's do this quickly. Corner is okay, that's decent. That one's a little bit better, and that's totally on point. So while I was watching other YouTubers, I learned that you're not gonna get it perfect, so as good as you get it, that's what it's gonna be. I'm gonna fill it in with some foam anyways, and then I'm just gonna slice it again and just flatten it out. So that's kind of it for tonight. I'm happy I got the swivel seat on. I'm happy I got part of the flooring started. This is getting me amped up. I'm finally seeing some progress. So, this has been a pain in the ass, a total pain in the ass. But I think we figured it out. So let me just, what the heck is going on here? Okay, I think we figured it out. After drawing many lines, there's many lines in here. Not to mention the other lines. I think we got it. All right, everybody, look at this. We got ourselves a floor. Look at that. Okay, it probably could be better, but considering that I am not a carpenter, I don't work with wood. This is my second day using a jigsaw. Yesterday was my first, and that was to cut things. So, you know what? We're doing good. We're doing real good. I'm proud of myself. Sick. So that's the first one. Now we gotta go do this side. Time to get another sheet of paper, roll it out. It should be pretty straightforward now that I have an idea of how to do it. So we're gonna get in the sun, we're gonna enjoy some sun, and get working. Hello. So a bit of a busy day. What I ended up doing was PLing the floor down, and once I finished gluing it down and laid it all into place, I made sure that there was a bit of a gap, so that's why I kept trimming back and forth. I just wanted enough of a gap to be able to go around with. Gap filler, great stuff. It's basically, it's like it's a foam. It's a foam in a can. So basically, this is getting all glued down. I have to find even heavier stuff to dump on here because I'm not happy with my current items. The reason why we did that is because we don't want any squeaking. And so what happens, if you leave a decent edge, 1/8 of an inch or so, maybe even a little bit more, you can fill it in with this stuff. And so instead of the wood touching metal, it touches this foam, and then this foam kind of binds them together, and it also behaves like a bit of a glue. I'm pretty happy with it so far. We'll see once it cures. So what I ended up buying was this tub waste strainer. You can't see it, so there you go. So we bought this and we bought this. Now the reason why we bought this is because we don't want any creepy crawlies. We also don't want to, like, if something falls down the drain, we don't want to lose it and forever it be gone. So that's why we got this, and we got this because what we can do is this has some kind of a lip, right? So my thought is we can place this into that hole that we drill. Depending on the length, we can cut it to size. And then what we'll do is we'll lay this in. Now we're gonna glue these two things together, I think. I think that's the best bet. And then once they're glued together, we have ourselves, like, snakes or scorpions or something can't come up it. My friends are making a lot of jokes at me that, you know, some creepy crawlies. So that's kind of the plan with this. And then to adhere it all together, polyurethane gray, so that you know, you can color match it, obviously. Hello from my van floor. That looks pretty damn good, I like to think. It was a busy day yesterday, and all my batteries were dead and all my memory cards were full. But I also had a lot of work to do. And I also had Vlad's help yesterday, and so to just make use of time, I didn't really bother with the filming part. But hopefully I got some footage. I haven't really checked through. But what did we do? Well, we installed this vinyl flooring from Home Depot. We ended up doing the shower pan, which is nice, and I'll tell you how we did everything here. So these aren't really meant for RVs and camper vans and whatnot. And I think the reason why that is twofold. I experienced a couple of things last night. I hit it with the brad nail right here and it chipped. And also here, it also chipped. And that happened at the end of the night when it was getting cold. And so my thinking is that the reason why these aren't really good for outside use for camper vans is because this vinyl gets, when it gets really cold, it gets really hard, and it can break, it can snap, it can whatever. I read online that a lot of people have had success with these, and so I'm not worried, but working with it last night was, you know, if you're gonna put this down, make sure it's a warmer part of the day and the floor itself, like the vinyl itself, isn't cold. I've got it actually in the garage right now, warming up because I don't want it to be out here, and it's just gonna be easy to work with. So some kind of food for thought there, I guess, if you're installing vinyl flooring in your camper van. PL to the bottom of each panel and to these grip strips. And these are like adhesive strips, but I figured the adhesive probably isn't gonna hold very well in like cold temperature or maybe in like hot temperature. But once PL cures, sorry, I just saw like, there's a couple of imperfections and it bothers me, but that's okay. It's my first camper van. So once the PL cures, it's for sure not going anywhere. Like the stuff is, you're not gonna, this isn't going, so this floor is like tight down. Overkill maybe with the PL, but then I ended up hitting it with brad nails, and that was in case, you know, just for safety. Probably could have done without the brad nails now that I look at it. You know, that looks pretty damn good, I think. Yeah, back to it. Nothing to it but to do it. So I was just finishing the video and I realized that I never showed you what it actually looks like complete. So let's take a look. We did some nice nose jobbing on here, or whatever this is called, nosing. Nice nosing of the vinyl, so it's nice and curved. This was Vlad's idea, so, you know, kudos to him for making this happen. The way we did it is we heated up the vinyl planks and then we ended up just bending them at an angle, and we bent them around a 2x4 so that there's a nice crease. And the kind of trick was just to make sure that you get it heated enough so that it does bend and it doesn't crack, because as you saw in the other videos, this stuff is quite brittle when it's cold. So if you want it to be malleable, it has to be warm and melted. So this is kind of where it's at so far. We ended up doing some furring strips on either side as well. And so I was testing out how to use some more foam in the can in some of the really awkward places, like up there and up there. And then I had a bunch left over, so we tried a few little scenarios just to see how we can use it differently, whatever. Realistically, it doesn't do any harm, it just adds more insulation. So moving on, the shower pan is complete, more or less. And that's kind of what it looks like. And I'm pretty happy with it so far. I gotta get this to fit a little bit better, but it's a work in progress. So that's kind of that. I also finished off this part right here, and we did that with aluminum, kind of like stair cornering, and then Vlad actually notched this in for me. I don't know if you can see very well. Notch that in just so that this fits nice and even flush with that side. This I just glued yesterday with some PL, just because I want to make it a nice little entrance there, and we'll square that off, and we will also square this off here. But that's kind of what the floor looks like so far, kind of what the van looks like. We're making real progress. I would say I'm at about 35% done or so. I think 30%. floor is 30% for sure. Floor insulation, we're at about 30%. So, yeah, this is what it looks like. I'm gonna go back to work.